Hello guys and welcome to a Doctor Who DVD review of the first Doctor story, The Dalek Invasion of Earth. Now, the reason I'm doing this, it's just, one of those videos that is just out of the blue, like completely unexpected, and basically, when I uploaded my Doctor Who DVD collection, a commenter asked me to sort of go back and revisit some of my old sort of reviews of these particular DVDs, and because obviously if you go on my channel as far back as at least I'd say 2013, which was around the time when I bought this DVD, I reviewed it and I used my iPhone 4, and to be honest, the quality of that particular, the quality of those reviews from that period in time, they were quite bad. Like, I know in particular when I did the Brentford War box set review, that was with a camera, proper camera, but it was more of a photo camera. It wasn't really designed for recording videos, even though it had a video feature on it. It was just like the quality was really, the resolution of it was terrible, and so I think I'm going to start revisiting those reviews, and you could probably call this review like a special edition, like they do with the DVD releases. So, yeah, I think, because I've reviewed quite a lot of, in terms of because I've actually created a playlist of all the, high quality sort of resolution reviews, which I've recently been doing, and I've reviewed a lot of John Pertwee, a lot of the John Pertwee stories, and Sylvester McCoy stories, because they are my most favourite Doctors. And so I thought I'd take a look at a first Doctor story, which of course is this, and it's the Dalek Invasion of Earth. And if you have subscribed to my shared channel, Team Drew, you'll know that this is the first story that we reviewed. And feel free to check out that review, because it was the first video we ever did, and to be honest, I can't quite remember what I said in that video, like in terms of my points, but it'll probably be the sort of same thing. So yes, as you can see, the cover design is really quite nice. It's actually one of my favourite covers that the range did. It's very blue, and you may notice that these particular UFOs are sort of the ones that you get in the new series. And if you're a sort of average Doctor Who fan going into HMV or whatever, and you saw those particular spaceships, you'll probably think, this looks pretty good, I might buy that. And then when you watch the story, you'll realise that actually the UFO spaceships don't look like that at all. They're basically sort of paper plates, like milk bottle tops, cardboard, and just cheap bits of material and attached to a bit of string, really. It's quite amusing to look at, and obviously, the budget during that time, wasn't exactly high, so they had to, I don't think they really focused on what the Dalek spaceship looked like. They just focused on the actual sort of direction and production and all that kind of stuff. So it was only a little nitpick, really, but yeah, it's a really nice cover, really like that. So you've got pretty much what it says on pretty much every William Hartnell DVD, the William Hartnell years, 1963 to 66. It's a 2-disc set, and you've got the side here, very nice and blue. It's the pre-To Entertain, so there's no To Entertain logo on there. We've got some pictures from the story, a few publicity images. And so we've got the blurb. Of course, it's a Terry Nation story, because he pretty much wrote all the Dalek stories in that period, apart from Remembrance and a few others, I think. So we've got the blurb, quite a lot of special features. There are a couple of good ones on there. It's a PG, because obviously it's not that violent. So I'll read you the special features. I'll read you the blurb first, and then I'll read you the special features. So you've got, arriving in a devastated London in the middle of the 21st century, the Doctor, Ian and Barbara and Susan discover that the Daleks have invaded Earth. Will the human race be enslaved by the evil Daleks, or can the Doctor stop their audacious plans and save mankind from extermination? Yeah, slight stutter there, I apologise. Now you've got special features, but I won't read you out the whole thing. I'll just pause, put the camera up close so you can have a good pause. So I think the quality is, decent enough for you to pause it. There is like a sort of a trailer on there that was sort of like in the 1960s. That was sort of like advertising this story, and to be honest, it is pretty crap because it's incredibly 1960s. It's really just cheesy and really badly put together. It's just like something you'd see on Movie Maker, but to be honest, I use Movie Maker, so yeah, slight hypocrite. But anyway, as my thoughts on the story, if you watch my DVD collection video, you'll know that in my personal opinion, this is one of the most overrated Doctor Who stories of all time. Now, back in the 60s or whatever, this is considered as Doctor Who's first true classic in a lot of people's eyes, and to be honest, it is. A part of me thinks the Daleks is the first true classic because I love that story. I think it's great. But this story, I think it's 2 parts. It's 6 parts long, but I think it's 2 episodes too long. I think it could have easily been condensed to 4 parts because I rewatched it recently to see if my opinions will change on it. But they haven't really, and my opinions are pretty much the same. And I noticed the direction is not great, but it's all right. But in some parts, it's really quite bad. Like there's a particular shot of a Roboman looking down the stairs, and that always sticks out like a sore thumb for me whenever I watch the story. And I just remember that scene and the way it was shot, and just looking at that Roboman and just sort of laughing. Really, I just found it hilarious. But I think with those 2 episodes in the middle, episodes 3 and 4, you could have cut those out, and to be honest, the story wouldn't have changed much. It would have practically have been the same. And I think there's this little creature in the story called the Slither, and to be honest, that is just horrendous. It's really, it is bad. I mean, obviously, like I said, the budget wasn't great during the early years of Doctor Who, but there are some good elements of the story. Like, of course, it features one of the best companion departures, the first companion departure, which of course is Susan, and the Doctor pretty much abandons her and gives that really, world famous Doctor speech, which everybody knows. I won't repeat it because I'll probably just insult it, to be honest. But yes, William Hartnell does give a fantastic performance in this. I think Harold Langford's acting is a little bit dodgy in some parts. It's okay, but in some parts it's a little bit dodge. William Russell is brilliant as ever. Jacqueline Hill is great, of course, as Barbara. And to be honest, they are one of my favourite sort of TARDIS teams. And the first Doctor is actually my 4th favourite Doctor. He's crept up, he's gone up the list quite a bit because I've been watching a lot of his stories recently, and he's I think, especially when I watched the Daleks Master Plan, the reconstruction of it, he pretty much shot up the list, and he is now my 4th favourite Doctor. And I can't get enough of William Hartnell's Doctor, really. I think he's just such a great character, and the first Doctor especially is just really good. I love William Hartnell and his portrayal of the Doctor. I think it's fantastic, and it's what kicked Doctor Who off, really. He's the original, and he's at number 4 on my list. I may do a top 5 Doctors video one day, but as for the Daleks themselves, they are menacing in their own right, and there are some great sort of iconic moments when the Daleks are on Westminster Bridge, and obviously they did film really early in the morning, so it gets the feel of a completely sort of deserted London. To be honest, the story should be called the Dalek Invasion of London because it's pretty much centred around London, but I think they just call it the Dalek Invasion of Earth to give it a more dramatic effect. And yes, like I said, it's not one of my favourite Dalek stories. I think I might have said this in my original review. But to be honest, I know a lot of people that really enjoy it, and I've got no problem with that. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and that's just the way it is. Really, it just doesn't quite do it for me. I think maybe if it was 4 parts, I probably would have enjoyed it a bit more, but it just drags terribly in the middle. And I did forget to mention the inside of the package. So you've got the booklet and you've got the 2 discs there, and I hate these clean sort of discs because they are bound to get dirty at some point. So I do hope maybe one day they might release a special edition, but to be honest, I can't see it happening because it's pretty much a full package. It's just the discs are a little bit, just got to be careful of those, because that's the thing with the original releases. Even though I'm starting to collect them again, I should say, I'm starting to collect them because I'm a sad fan like that. I think I just got to be wary about, in case one day I might actually end up scratching it, and I'll probably be really annoyed because I won't be able to watch it, even though I've got a special edition version of that DVD or whatever. But it's an okay story. It's not the worst Doctor Who story ever, but it's just alright, 2 episodes could have been cut out and the story wouldn't have changed a bit. Thank you very much for watching this review, and feel free to comment down below and just basically request anything you would like me to cover next. Obviously, look at all the DVD reviews I've done. Look at my Doctor Who DVD collection video, just to see what DVDs I've got. Because obviously, sometimes I do get comments saying, "Can you review this story?" And it's probably a story that I don't have. So yeah, make sure to check out my DVD collection first before you comment on this video to say what DVD you want reviewed next. Thank you for watching this video. Like I said, comment down below, tell me what you want next, and I shall see you then. So thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.